Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on doctor review sites and which ones should you focus on. I have a couple of quick housekeeping notes before we do get started. I do want to remind you all to mute your microphones. And also, we will be answering questions at the end of the presentation. So feel free to submit any questions in the chat or Q&A at any point in the presentation. Even if you can't make it until the end, please submit your questions and we'll make sure that someone reaches out to you with an answer. But with that out of the way, let's get started. My name is Oliver Blanco and I'm today's speaker. I'm an experienced marketer here at RepuGen, which is a healthcare reputation management platform that assists healthcare providers in improving their online reviews, patient acquisition, retention, and engagement. Before we jump in, I do want to go over the objectives of this webinar so you know exactly why we're here today. We'll be covering why do practices need to pay attention to online reviews more than ever? Why should you manage reviews? Which review sites that doctors and practices should focus on, and how to ask patients for reviews on those review sites. So let's discuss our first topic of our webinar today, which is why do practices need to pay attention to online reviews now more than ever? To start off, have you ever wondered why online reputation matters? Or if a great practice offers top-tier care, why are online reviews even important? It's because according to some of our recent research, it was discovered that 81% of patients evaluate reviews before choosing a healthcare provider. So online reviews can make or break new patient acquisition. This is because online reviews help prospective patients understand the level of patient care the provider offers, and this helps them determine which doctors they should select for their healthcare needs. In addition to our research, another very important survey from Software Advice states that 71% of patients actually say that they use online reviews as the first step in finding a new provider in their area. And while the previous stat is true, Bright Local also asks consumers, how important of a part do online reviews play in your decision to use these types of businesses, from healthcare to restaurants to retail and more? From that question, 82% of consumers said that they consider reviews as important or very important when making their decisions. All in all, the importance of online reviews has increased when it comes to healthcare reputation. Therefore, the impact that outpatient visits and online reviews have on practice growth is substantial. Now that we've discussed why your practice needs to pay attention to online reviews in order to succeed today in 2022, let's discuss why you should manage reviews on these sites and why it is important for you. When healthcare providers manage their online reviews, they can get online reviews from both happy and unhappy patients, resulting in their online reputation accurately portraying how their patients truly feel about them. This means that aligning reviews with actual patient satisfaction helps patients pick the right provider based on their online reputation. And so here on the screen, we have the difference of unmanaged and managed reviews. So to start off, patients now trust online reviews more than recommendations from family or friends. According to research, 43% of patients go out of their insurance network to choose a provider with favorable reviews. And since many patients now use online reviews to narrow down provider choices, and since online reviews typically understate the actual patient satisfaction, online reputation not appropriately managed can hurt patient acquisition efforts. In addition, if your online reviews do not closely match the actual level of quality care that you are providing at your practice, it can prevent potential patients from selecting you and opt for someone with a lower quality of care but better reviews. Reviews not aligned with the actual patient satisfaction results in patients not making an informed decision. On the other hand, when it comes to managing or manage reviews, this is what you can typically see if you do manage them. You'll typically see that it provides valuable insight to for prospective patients, and it will help improve your patient growth and reduce churn rate. So now to better understand the importance of managing reviews, patient reviews, we analyze some of our own clients' data through their time here with RepuGen. Once our clients began using our software, their total number of reviews and average star ratings on different review sites increased. Still, we found that their overall actual patient satisfaction levels stayed around the same as shown in the table here. And as you can see on this table, it shows the number of online reviews each specialty had before using RepuGen and the number of reviews that those specialties had after using RepuGen as well. And then moving on to the next slide. This slide helps showcase the average star rating before and after clients used RepuGen. And just to note as well, patients do not consider a healthcare provider with less than a 4-star rating. And so what does this all mean? What's the main takeaway from all of this? The main takeaway is that managing your online reputation will give prospective patients a better understanding of how your patients genuinely feel about your practice, which in turn will help them make a more informed decision. Secondly, it can help achieve constructive online reviews. Physicians and healthcare practices should examine patients' comments and ratings on online review sites and compare them to their actual patient satisfaction levels. These practices should ask patients for feedback and online reviews through automated surveys to start improving their online reputation, thus resulting in practices having reviews that accurately represent the level of care offered. Now that we've discussed the importance of medical practices managing their online reviews, let's dive into which doctor review sites you should focus on for more growth. And let me start by going over our own survey where we asked several questions to over 1,700 patients across the US. Here's a snapshot from that survey, which clearly indicates which review sites are the most sought after by those patients. And as you can see, the most dominating review sites are Google, WebMD, Yelp, and a few others. Additionally, in a 2020 software advice survey, they did a similar survey and found a pretty much similar result, where the most common review sites patients visited when making a choice for providers or practices were Google reviews, Healthgrades, Yelps, RateMDs, and a few others. And going back to our own survey, in addition to which review sites were checked the most, we also asked patients which review sites do they actually trust. And through this survey, we found out that Google, WebMD, Yelp, Healthgrades, Facebook, RateMDs, and Vitals are the most trusted review sites. And with 81% of the population relying on reviews when selecting a healthcare provider, it is a must for providers to have numerous online reviews across the different review platforms. And from the data itself, we found that these are the most trusted review sites, again, where patients go to check a provider's reputation and make decisions. And so now let's dive into each of these 7. Starting off with Google, currently Google is the most used and trusted review site with 66% of patients relying on it when making a healthcare decision. In order to manage reviews under your listing, you must create a free Google My Business profile for your practice. This profile can appear on local search results with information about your location, service hours, contact information, and other things. Another reason why you need Google reviews is that your local search rankings are determined in part by the strength, recency, and relevance of your online reviews. According to a 2018 ranking factor study, 25 to 27% of your local search rankings depend on your Google My Business profile. Next up is WebMD. WebMD is one of the most popular review sites as 39% of patients use their website on a regular basis. The site is primarily known for its health research forum and also includes a directory of physicians. And with over 2.4 million visitors a month, WebMD is one of the best physician review sites used by patients. On WebMD, patients can rate doctors based on their overall experience, including how well the practice explains conditions and treatments. Moving on, next is Healthgrades. With over 163.6 million visitors per month, Healthgrades is a must for any healthcare provider. The directory has a searchable database of hospitals, dentists, and physician profiles, and is used by 24% of patients when making a healthcare provider decision. Healthgrades also posts content about specific medical conditions and issues in a section labeled The Right Care, which can be beneficial for patients researching information about their conditions and care options. Next is Yelp. Yelp allows patients to rate local hospitals and healthcare practices while showing the most helpful reviews at the top. Other users can then vote on reviews as useful, funny, or cool. The platform has become quite popular for over the years for healthcare specifically, as 10% of patients trust Yelp reviews while searching for their new healthcare provider. And some more interesting facts about Yelp, which makes the site one of the most popular review sites among patients, is that 26,000 reviews are published every minute across Yelp's core demographics. And Yelp also receives more than 178 million unique visitors per month across both people on their phones or on their desktop. Up next is Facebook. Facebook is one of the most popular social media platforms in the entire world, as it typically records 2.9 billion active users every month. Specifically for healthcare, 26% of patients use Facebook when searching for nearby clinics. And in addition, it also allows healthcare businesses to post useful and interesting articles for their patients to stay informed of what's going on in the healthcare industry, and even allows healthcare practices to run any contests or promotions that they have. RateMDs is another popular site, as 15% of patients check a physician's RateMD reviews. In addition to allowing patients to search for physicians by their name, location, specialty, or gender, RateMDs also contains a forum and a blog to answer patients' health questions, and even has a health news section, which contains informative health and wellness articles. And lastly is Vitals. Vitals sees over 3.4 million visitors per month, and 9% of patients typically check Vitals for their healthcare providers' online reviews. What's unique about this review site is that it also allows patients to search for healthcare practices that accept specific insurances, and gives patients the ability to rate different aspects of the care they received at their practice, such as the physician, the friendliness of the staff, and any other entities. Now, since we talked about and discussed the top trusted review sites for doctors and healthcare practices, the next step is to encourage patients to leave reviews to improve your overall ratings. Encouraging patients to leave reviews is important for boosting your online reputation. Since unhappy patients are more likely to share their negative experiences, happy patients tend to just continue on with their days. Thus, the simple act of asking patients for a review can help your practice acquire more online reviews on these trusted review sites. And so here are some simple ways to encourage patients to leave a review for your healthcare practice. First off is linking your online review sites on your website. You can simplify the process of asking patients to write online reviews just by placing your review website links across your own website to direct patients. That way, patients won't have to spend a lot of time searching online for the best place to put their reviews. Number two is handing out instructions. Some patients might want to share their great experiences with you, but aren't tech savvy enough to navigate review sites. Printing and sending instructions electronically to your patients is a great way to help them easily post their experiences online. Third is sending personalized emails to patients. Sending a personalized follow-up email to a patient after they had an appointment at your practice is an easy way to ask for an online review. You can thank the patient for coming in for their appointment, ask if everything went well, and then include a link to your online review site. Number 4 is sending postcards. In my experience, people still enjoy getting personalized postcards because it makes them feel special and recognized. Try mailing out a post-visit thank you postcard with a note asking them to leave a review. Next up is asking patients directly to write a review. It's an easy, effective, and incredibly efficient method. Directly asking patients to provide an online review just works. According to Bright Local, 7 out of 10 patients will provide an online review if they are asked. And the next one is actually using an automated reputation and review management software. Asking patients to leave online reviews and managing your online reputation could be a time-consuming job that could be better spent providing quality care to your patients. So using an online reputation management software like RepuGen is an easy way to ask your patients for more reviews, thus improving your patient service recovery process and managing all of your reviews in one place. And so now I'm going to switch on over to another tab that I have open just to show you how we manage or how we help manage reviews here at RepuGen. As you can see, this is an example of a survey that your patients would receive after an appointment at your practice. The goal of the survey is to ask a simple question. How likely are they to recommend your practice to their friends or family members? If I was a happy patient and rated positively, let's say a 10, for example, I'd be led to a page where I can describe how amazing my experience was with the physician. And so, for example, say I just said I had an amazing experience, just like that. Once I click submit, I'll be presented with a few review links that I can choose from. And since my feedback is automatically copied to my clipboard, all I would need to do is click on a link and then paste my review. On the other hand, say I was an unhappy patient and I wanted to rate a 0, for example, I'd be directed over to a similar feedback box where I can vent out any of my frustration about what went wrong during my appointment. So for example, say I just had a bad experience, didn't like the front desk. Once I press submit, I'll be brought to another page where it will thank me for my feedback and let me know that a member of the practice's team will be reaching out. I still have the option to leave an online review, but likely I won't since I know the practice will be addressing my concern. On the practice's end, you'll automatically receive a notification of this unhappy patient and their information so that you can reach out at your convenience and perform service recovery to hopefully retain that patient. And with this customizable process, you'll be able to generate more positive reviews for your practice while addressing patients who had negative experiences. All right. Now that we covered how RepuGen can help, that is everything that I wanted to cover in today's webinar. So just to reiterate, here are the key takeaways. Number 1 being that online reviews have a massive impact on prospective patients choosing you. Number 2 is being the top healthcare review sites that you should focus on. And those are, again, Google, WebMD, Healthgrades, Yelp, Facebook, RateMDs, and Vitals. And thirdly is just asking your patients to leave online reviews. And again, those methods are either linking your review sites on your own website, handing out instructions, sending a personalized email, or even sending a postcard, asking patients directly to write an online review, and then using an automated system. And just to tell you a little bit about ourselves, RepuGen is an all-inclusive reputation management platform that will help you get more online reviews, recover more unhappy patients, and build an overall healthy online reputation. We also offer add-on services to assist with patient engagement, leveraging reputation with marketing solutions, monitoring and improving patient satisfaction, and a lot more. And lastly, I do want to let you know that we are currently having a promotion going on that offers a 90-day money-back guarantee. This means that if you sign up for RepuGen services and your online reputation is not improved within 90 days, then you'll be entitled to a full refund of monthly fees. So if you want to take advantage of this promotion, you can email us at info@repugen.com, or feel free to visit our website at www.repugen.com. But now that everything has been covered, I'll open it up to some Q&A. All right, so we got one person, and this was their question. I know that my online reputation on Google My Business is good. Since Google was mentioned as the most important, do I even need to have reviews on the other review sites? And that is a great question. First off, you're off to a great start by having a good reputation on Google. And you're right that Google was mentioned as the most important review site, since 66% of patients do use Google. However, if you only have Google online reviews on Google, you'll only be able to acquire that 66% of patients that use Google, which means that you would be missing out on the other 34% of patients that use online or that check online reviews on other sites. So we do recommend that you manage your online reviews on the 7 most utilized review sites by patients, which again are Google, WebMD, Healthgrades, Yelp, Facebook, RateMDs, and Vitals. By managing your online reviews on those 7 review sites, you'll put yourself in the best position possible for patient acquisition. And if you'd like to learn where your online reviews currently stand on all of those most important healthcare review sites, you can utilize our tool, RepuTally. RepuTally is a comprehensive reputation audit that will show you how your online reviews look to prospective patients. So if you want to get a comprehensive report, you can just Google the word RepuTally, which is spelled as RepuTally, or navigate to our website, repugen.com, and check the resources tab on our website. All right, we received another question, which was, what are the different ways to ask patients for reviews? Again, those methods are linking to your online listings on your website, handing out instructions, sending personalized emails to patients, sending postcards, asking them to directly write a review, or using an automated reputation and review management software. All right, so we got another question. Their question is, so my online reputation matters for my practice because it will improve my patient base. I don't quite get that. Can you explain it again? So yes, online reputation matters because according to research, 81% of patients evaluate reviews before choosing a healthcare provider. So this means that online reviews help prospective patients understand the level of patient care that you or any other provider offers. So basically, if you have a better online reputation that accurately portrays the satisfaction of your patients, prospective patients are more likely to choose you for their healthcare needs. All right, and then we got another question, which is, there are a lot of review sites that I mentioned, but their workload is typically full. And so, but they also do want to get started on managing their online reputation. So how should they go about prioritizing the different review sites? And so that's a very good question, as I'm sure a lot of other healthcare providers experience the same problem. Our suggestion would be to focus on the top review sites that patients check, and then start rolling in the other review sites. So for example, if your workload only allows you to focus on one review site, then we suggest focusing on improving your Google reviews, since patients check that site the most. But as mentioned before, focusing only on Google means that you'd only be able to acquire the 66% of patients that use Google. If time allows, we do urge that you focus on the top 7 review sites to ensure that you aren't missing out on any patient acquisition. And again, those top 7 review sites are Google, WebMD, Yelp, Healthgrades, Facebook, RateMDs, and Vitals. All right, so I'll give it another minute or so to see if anyone else has any questions. All right, so it doesn't seem like that there's any other questions. With that, I just thank you all again for attending today's webinar. Again, if you have any questions at all or are interested in learning more, feel free to email us at info@repugen.com or check out our website at repugen.com. Thank you all again and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.